What's going on, America? This is Kevin and Kevin's Corner. It's my third video of the day. I think I might have one more left to do, but this one grinds my gears. I did a video the other day on Jim Acosta, who has to be the worst of all anchormen, worst of all reporters ever in the history of reporting, okay? This is the same idiot that yells out to Kim Jong-un during the summit, hey Kim-un, are you gonna get rid of your nukes? Yeah, out loud. Now he's in the press conference yesterday talking to Sarah Huckabee, and everybody knows, that Sarah has probably the most stressful job on the planet, to get out there and not give information to real responsible reporters, but to pundits, to secret agents working for the Democratic Party who is simply throwing out statements versus asking questions, and also throwing out talking points, and also bringing forth all type of negative statements and pushing their political agendas through, second party type, questions. It ain't, let me ask this because it's serious, is I'm going to passively state how I feel about stuff, because really what I am is an activist. That's all I am. Yeah, for the Democratic Party and for stupid identity politics. So Jim Acosta starts it off, but then another idiot reporter says, you know what, I'm going to make the news tonight by getting up and showing that I'm passionate and angry about this stuff. So let's check out what Sarah says.
President saluted the North Koreans when he was over.
This is Jim. He asked why he saluted the North Koreans.
When a military official from another government salutes, that you return that.
Okay, now that's just practical. All right, they're trying to make it seem like President Trump is buddy-buddy now, and he's showing too much respect to the North Koreans, which is the dumbest thing in the world. For the simple fact, look, when things are going good and you have a bigger goal and agenda, you don't get out there and still try to undermine your agenda by attacking the people that are showing positive progress. You're positive when things are going positive. You're negative when things begin to go negative, okay? But they're trying to force him to ruin the progress so that they can say, look, it failed. And they're trying to do this by saying, oh, now you too cool with Kim Jong-un. You show too much respect. Is it too much respect that if somebody says hello, you say hello back to them? It's the same thing. If somebody goes like this, you go back to them. Okay, what are you supposed to suspect the president to do? Be like, man, get out of here with that mess, man, whatever. So he asked a dumb question like that at first, but then he goes into something even dumber.
Question completely unrelated on these children who are being separated from their families as they come across the border. The Attorney General earlier today said that somehow there's a justification for this in the Bible. Where does it say in the Bible that it's moral to take children away from their mothers?
I'm not aware of the Attorney General's comments or what he would be referencing. I can say that it is very biblical to enforce the law. That is actually repeated a number of times throughout the Bible. However, this hold on, Jim, if you'll let me finish.
Shut up, Jim.
I'm not going to comment on the attorney's specific comments that I haven't seen. That's not what I said, and I know it's hard for you to understand. Even short sentences, I guess, but please don't take my words out of context. But the separation of illegal alien families is the product of the same legal loopholes that Democrats refuse to close. And these laws are the same that have been on the books for over a decade. And the president is simply enforcing them.
Policy to take children away from their parents.
It's a moral policy to follow and enforce the law.
When they come across the border, they're with their parents, and then suddenly they're pulled away from their parents. Why is the government doing this?
Because it's the law, and that's what the law states. And the law.
You guys don't have to do that.
You're right, it doesn't have to be the law, and the president has actually called on Democrats in Congress to fix those loopholes. The Democrats have failed to come to the table, failed to help this president close these loopholes and fix this problem. We don't want this to be a problem. The president has tried to address it a number of occasions. We've laid out a proposal, and Democrats simply refuse to do their job and
Now, first things first, why ask the question and then give her the answer to how you feel? Not accept her answer, okay? Because see, reporting is this. Excuse me, Sarah, why blank, 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 blank? Okay, all right, let me write that down. It's not Okay, now let me give you 6 reasons why I oppose your answer. And now I'm going to argue it right on national TV so that maybe I might get a little spotlight later on CNN or in Yahoo News or something. So I'm going to go ahead and argue the point, and then I'm going to do what all liberals do. I'm going to sell this garbage emotionally, okay? I'm not going to sell it logically. And so what Sarah does is she brings him back to the practical responses and answers and reasons why. He tries to get biblical by bringing up, of course, why did the Secretary of State or the Jeff Sessions, why did Jeff Sessions bring up the Bible and say it's biblical to rip, they always say stuff like this, rip children from the arms of their mothers at the border? And she says, look, I don't know why he said that, but it is biblical to obey the laws of the land. And then he goes into some stupidness like, oh, well, you know, what? I mean, does government have to obey that? Why do they have to do? And she's like, you know what? We wouldn't even have to deal with this problem if the Democrats, yo boys and girls, would address the real problem. See, here's the thing. Nobody is going across the border, dragging the parents over to the border and saying, come on across here, please. In fact, we're warning them. If you come across the border, we're going to go ahead and arrest you and separate your kid from you. And then, of course, you're going to blame us. I'm the one committed the crime. Now I'm paying the price, but it's your fault. And that's what Jim Acosta is trying to say. If we would put laws in place that would discourage them from coming across the border in the first place, then it wouldn't even be a problem. If we would put laws in place that would let them know, hey, why would you risk your life coming through the dangerous perils and putting your kid's life in jeopardy only to get to our border and know that you can't just say silly stuff like, yeah, I need amnesty because, I'm a political refugee, I need asylum, and just making up stuff. You're not going to be able to slide into our border because we got stupid laws with all types of loopholes in it. You're not going to even risk that if we would make those type of changes that would discourage you. You know why people are not walking 1,000 miles to get to the Russian border? And they're not walking 1,000 miles to get to the North Korean border? It's because they know when they get there, it's going to be like the Wizard of Oz. When they went to the big, walls and they were skipping and they got to it and the guy opened the door and he's like, no, you're not coming in here to see the Wiz, okay? Boop, close the door. They're going to get the door closed. So they're saying, why would I waste my time to do that? See, the Democrats are enablers. What they are doing by allowing these laws to be like they are, it is encouraging people, just like back in the slavery day, and granted, they had a right to try to get to the North. When they knew that they can get to the North and be free, then they were willing to risk their lives to get to the North. Now, that was something that would be worth it. It's life or death. It's like, yo, I got to get myself up to the North so I can be free. But here, you got people living in Mexico, and they say, I can make more money, or in some area in South America, Honduras or wherever, where they probably could stay where they're at. It's not like their government are killing them for some reason. It's uncomfortable, and they see that, hey, man, why live in a struggling area, all right, and have to deal with this government? Even though they're not killing me, I'm not in danger, but nonetheless, I don't want to live here. I would rather go to America where there are better benefits, it's a better life, and so on and so forth, even though I'm not a citizen. I'm going to go ahead and do that because obviously it makes sense. I can make more money, provide more money for my family, but even though I'm going to break their law, I'm going to do it because their laws are designed to be broken. So they travel. But if you take away that incentive, they're not going to put their kids through that risk. They're not going to travel 100, 250,000 miles across the land to get to us if they know they can't get in. All right? Practical sense, and that's what Laura brings to old Jimmy here. But watch the guy who gets up after him.
What's the problem? Paula, go ahead. Sorry, Jim, I've given you enough
Two
time.
questions. First of all, there is no law that requires families to be separated at the border. This was the administration's choice to move from civil matters or immigration onto criminal, to criminally prosecute people who come across the border illegally, and therefore you have to separate families. So why did the administration find that this was necessary? And if it continues to not have much of a deterrent effect, will you continue this policy?
Again, the laws are the ones that have been on the books for over
Thank
a
you.
decade, and the president is enforcing.
We're not making
we would
these
like
up.
to
These
fix
aren't
the
new.
broken system
Not
in our
new.
immigration and fix our immigration problem.
Watch this guy
However,
coming
until
up.
Democrats are willing to actually fix this problem.
Now, guys, you're about to see a student in class that the teacher hasn't called on, and he's going, ooh, 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 teacher, ooh, 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 ooh. And she's going, and he goes, yeah, okay, so I guess she says, no, I didn't call on you, Johnny. I'm talking to Ann. I called on Ann. But, watch this guy. This is a grown man.
It's going to continue, but we would like to see it fixed. Jill.
Take responsibility for its policy change from civil handling them as civil matters to criminal prosecution.
It's not a policy change to enforce the law. That's been this administration's policy since the day we got here.
In April, that he was going to move from handling it as a civil
It
matter
has been
to
our
Arguing over
administration's
stupid stuff.
policy.
The administration said it was a deterrent. They're separating families to deter people from coming here illegally.
Our administration has had the same position
I don't know
since
how
we
Sarah
started
does it. I really don't.
on day one.
She's
that
a
we
better
were going
person
to
than me.
enforce the law.
I'd have
I know
ran
it was
down there and
something
just start
that wasn't
punching people
high
right
on
in
the
the nose.
priority list in the previous administration, but it is on ours. We're a country of law and order, and
Thank
we're
you.
enforcing the law and protecting our borders. We would like to fix these
All right, here it
loopholes,
comes,
and
guys.
if
Here it
Democrats
comes.
want to get serious about it instead of playing political games, they're welcome to come here and sit down with the president and actually do something about it.
Thank you.
Jill.
Don't you have any
It
empathy?
is.
Go ahead.
Come on, Sarah, you're a parent. Don't you have any empathy for what these people are going through? They have less than
Brian,
you do.
guys,
Sarah, come on,
settle down.
Seriously.
I'm trying to be serious, but I'm not going to have you yell out of turn. Jill, please
It's
call.
a law, and these people have nothing.
Hey, Brian, I know you want to get some more TV time, but that's not what this is about. If I want to recognize you, go ahead, Jill.
Honestly, answer the question. It's a serious question. These people have nothing. They come to the border with nothing, and you throw children in cages. You're a parent. You're a parent of young children. Don't you have any empathy for what they go through?
Jill, go ahead.
Thank you. Now, did you just see that award-winning performance? He was worse than Captain Kirk. You're a parent. You have to have some type of sympathy. Spock, Captain's log, Stargate 44, rounded off to the nearest decimal point. I'm out here in the press conference where I have to put on a performance and ask questions that don't make any sense and make grandstands that might get me some type of popularity and 15 seconds of fame. I have to have it. He was putting on such a performance. Come on, Sarah, you're a parent. You have to have empathy. These people have nothing. Listen, man, here's a tissue for your issue, all right? It's not about being empathetic. It's not about being a parent. Don't try to shame her into making stupid choices and breaking all types of laws that were put in place on the books. That is Democratic pressure 101. Straight take you out of the logic, put you in the emotional, and start talking about you have to be able to relate because you're a parent. How would you feel if you was a... Everybody has a reason to justify breaking the law at some point. If that was the guideline to breaking the law, then we wouldn't have any laws. I had to rob the bank, man. My family need to eat. My kids wanted Christmas gifts. You a parent. You ever been in a situation where your kids would say, Mama, I want the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, and you couldn't afford it? You ever been in a situation where they were saying, I want Malibu Barbie, and you couldn't get it? Or they needed a Halloween costume, wanted to be a superhero, and you had to get them nothing but a bath towel and wrapped it around their neck and tied the bath towel and said, that's your cape, go out Halloweening. So I had to rob the bank, Your Honor. Everybody could come up with a reason to break the law. But our Constitution, our laws don't work like that. All this dude was doing was grandstanding, showboating, and there was a rumor that Sarah Huckabee was about to step down and go on. I'm surprised that she's just made it this far. I'm surprised her blood pressure ain't just skyrocketed and gave her some type of stroke or something. Dealing with these idiots every day who aren't asking questions, but they're out there simply promoting an agenda, trying to make it seem like this is the evil empire here that don't care about people. They care about people, American people. That's my take on it. So, you've been listening to Kevin's Corner. I couldn't let this guy get away with that garbage. Yeah, that was his opportunity. He's like, you know what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to put on a performance. I'm sure as soon as the camera got off of him, he was like, and scene. Whew. Anyway, find me on Facebook, on Twitter. Check me out on Wednesday nights at 7:30 if you want to support Kevin and Kevin's Corner. There's links in the bottom. Do so. God bless you.